Now, let's move over to this. Criminals appear to be winning the war on cybersecurity. To address the ongoing risks facing business operations across the continent, RX Africa is launching Infosecurity Africa. The event is aimed at showcasing the latest in trends, threats and cybercrime prevention. To discuss this further, I am joined by RX Africa's Business and Technology Portfolio Director, Chardonnay Marchesi. Thank you so much for your time, Chardonnay. We do appreciate it. Maybe just tell us about this new program that's set to take off. You know, we've been hearing a lot about cybercrime, cybersecurity, how it's on the increase. South Africa is one of the countries that's top when it comes to cybercrime. How is this going to address these issues here in South Africa?
Thanks very much, Heidi. Yes, so we have an event that runs every 2 years called the Africa Automation Technology Fair. This year we've co-located the Information Security Africa event, which we have cloned from our European event, which is one of the biggest infosecurity events in the world. We've cloned it this year and we are running it alongside the Africa Automation Technology Fair, which takes place at Gallagher Convention Centre from the 9th to the 11th of May. And we will be addressing those pertinent issues. The Infosecurity Africa conference happens on the 11th of May, and we will be looking at all those cyber crimes, the threats, and those elements that we need to take into consideration when looking at technology through the info security space.
Speak to us about how prevalent cybercrime is in South Africa. You know, there are concerns that globally businesses lose about 17 trillion to cybercrimes. I mean, that's an alarming number. And in South Africa, it's also a really worrying situation.
Yeah, so you know, Africa has a lot to learn. In some instances, we are already the trendsetters, and in others, we're learning from our international partners, etc. So the African edition of Infosecurity Africa is looking at all those specific issues that are affecting the continent, businesses, processes, the like. So for cyber professionals in Africa, we're very excited to have brought this to the continent for experts and decision makers across the continent to explore latest developments within cybersecurity solutions and use it as a platform to discuss those pertinent issues. This year's event will look at those issues and discuss them quite seriously so that we can get the momentum going. And Infosecurity Africa will be an annual event from this point on.
Speak to me about what are the cyber crime factors or risks that we are looking at here. Obviously, a lot more will be discussed at the conference, but somebody watching at home saying, but what are the cyber risks? What are we actually looking at? For example, I actually got an email about 2 or 3 days ago. It was a very strange email from somebody here at work, and I immediately picked up that there was something wrong with it. But sometimes people don't really find anything unusual with that. They actually click on the links or respond. This particular email was asking me for my cell phone number and said, I urgently need to speak to you. Please WhatsApp me your cell phone number. And I was like, but this person already has my cell phone number. But what are some of the risks we are looking at, especially here in South Africa, that this conference is going to address?
So we are, and that's a very good example, because I think a lot of people do get caught out in a whole lot of spaces that you think you're familiar with. Cyber criminals are exceptionally smart within the space, and they find smart ways to get what they need. So for those people who are tasked with protecting their company's digital assets and technologies, particularly in manufacturing technology, communications, data protection, looking to engage with suppliers of new technology and hear about innovative ideas. That's what Infosecurity Africa offers, to help learn how to defend your organization in changeable times, protect your people, protect your data against the new threats, and how to develop new skills to overcome these InfoSec adversities.
Also, social media accounts. Surprisingly, about 2 or 3 days ago, I got an influx of messages from my followers, and they were telling me that there's a second Instagram account, and this person literally took all my photos and posted it as though I had a new Instagram account, asking them for money, inboxing them for money. So that is probably also something that you will be addressing in this conference.
Absolutely. So the experts that we have on our panels and within our program on the 11th of May are looking at all digital assets within business processes, through the marketing processes, etc. Yes, the 11th of May is when we will be addressing this at the Africa Automation Technology Fair at Gallagher Convention Center.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your insights, and I do think it's something that we should all be looking out for. That was Chardonnay Marchesi from the RX Africa.